from Texas, right? Celebration.
Into dancing.
together? Ready for adventure. All right. Okay, so because the adventure that we're getting ready to embark upon is called Adventures in Faith. And it is about faith this year, faith in the principle of blessing. Blessing as a spiritual path. And I'm really excited about this because we did this book as our Adventures in Faith program in 2010. And I have used it for more counseling. I have recommended it to more people. I think, Jerry, you said you have it right on your nightstand, right, all these years. This is the most incredible book. You must have it in your library. It's incredible. So we're going to embark on this blessing as a spiritual path. And you know, the human condition that this message is addressing is that idea that we feel gratitude, right, for who and what we appreciate, don't we? Yeah, absolutely. And we love our friends, don't we? Beginning to sound familiar? But the spiritual solution to this human condition is to love and bless our perceived enemies and pray for those who persecute us. Okay? So I remember when I first read this in Matthew, Jesus is quoted as saying, "You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." What? Really? Really? I don't think I signed up for this. That's what I thought when I first read it. Okay? Then he goes on, because he's a tough coach. He said, "For if you love those who love you, what's the big deal? Yippee!" You know? Actually, he said, "What reward do you have? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? And if you greet only your brothers and sisters, what more are you doing than others? Do not even the Gentiles do the same?" So this is a pretty tough teaching, right? Because it's so easy to love those that agree with us and that support us and that are our friends. But this is why I love this topic of the gentle art of blessing in this book. Because to me, it is a higher spiritual practice than gratitude. And gratitude's pretty high. But see, gratitude's for what we really, you know, it's those friends, those people we love, those situations that make us happy. But in the gentle art of blessing, we are being asked to bless everything, no matter what. So this is the theme for our Adventures in Faith program this year. Blessing as a spiritual path. And so during the 7 weeks, you will have opportunities to experience greater transformation by using this spiritual principle of blessing. And so it's so appropriate and fits so well with Unity because our Unity co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, practiced blessing. And she said of her healing from tuberculosis in the late 1870s or 1800s, "I went to all the life centers in my body and spoke words of truth to them, that they were free, unlimited spirit. I told them that they were no longer in bondage to the carnal mind appearances, that they were not corruptible flesh, but centers of life and energy omnipresent. And I became very watchful as to what I thought and said. I did not let any worry or anxious thoughts into my mind, and I stopped speaking gossipy, frivolous, petulant, angry words." Okay? And that's kind of what we do with our enemies, right? Am I right? Okay. So we, you know, it's a very foundational teaching of unity to bless and not to condemn. So this book is really in alignment with that. So what is Adventures in Faith? Well, Adventures in Faith is a 7-week program that we've been doing here for about 22 years. And it's a time when we get to unite our collective energy. We get to deepen our relationship with each other and the relationship between our humanity and our divinity. And we also have an opportunity to support our spiritual community. And the energy builds each week as our hearts and minds are opened and we are practicing and experiencing our divinity through the practice of blessing. So each week we'll focus on a different aspect of blessing, and those are outlined in that bulletin. I think it's a yellow handout or gold handout in your bulletin. So you can see what chapters we're going to be covering, what the theme is, what color to wear. Because color, we work ourselves up the chakras during Adventures in Faith. And so when we all wear the same color, the energy of that color is in this room. So that's why we won't turn you away, we won't make you go home, but wear red next week, red outerwear. So we can all see it. And this year we're going to do something different. We're going to have a kickoff social in Aldea. You heard about that from Javier. And have an opportunity for fellowship and for celebration, and where we will eat, drink, and be merry, and we will be entertained by the wonderful musical talents of Brian Bennett. All right. This will be the first time we've done a kickoff before Adventures in Faith. We usually celebrate after. This year we're going to do something different because what? We are in the city different, the ministry different, the minister different, the congregation different, okay? So please, Wanda's going to be out there to get you. I don't know if she wore her hat, show me the money, but anyway, she's going to be out there to give you the opportunity to get your ticket. And then we will begin our Sunday services starting next Sunday. We'll focus, as it's outlined in the handout, on a different aspect of the gentle art of blessing, so that we have an opportunity to all be on the same page, not only on Sunday, but then what happens during the week is that each one of us has an opportunity to be in a soul circle. And that's the time when we get to go way beyond what we can do during Sunday service, but to really study the book together, to question whatever we may not agree with or whatever, or doesn't make sense to us, to question our own answers we've had in the past, and to really build fellowship, and to support, nourish, and inspire one another in this adventure of faith. So the soul circles are very important part of that. And what I would like to do is ask the facilitators who are here, as I call your name, to stand up and face whichever direction you need to see the most, so most people can see you. And so we James Barrett, he's not here, we're looking for him, okay. And then we have Amy Burrell, one of our new members. And we have Monica Ross, one of our new members. Rosemary Peters, and Brendalyn, with the support of Jerry Shoger, who do one at my house. So yeah. All of our locations, are, the space that, I can only fit so many people in my living room. That's true for other people. So whoever gets out there to those sign-up sheets first gets the space. And Nancy Perry said if we need another group, she will facilitate one also. But we're going to go with the 5 groups that we have for now. And this is a really important part of Adventures in Faith, so don't miss it. I cannot tell you how many people tell me that when, especially those who came new in the fall of the year, what a difference being in one of those soul circles meant for them. So we want you to have that opportunity. Then, during weeks 4 through 7, October 20th through the 16th, we will have an opportunity to formally recommit ourselves to our Unity Santa Fe community, to our people, our programs, and our property by making an intentional statement in the form of a pledge of financial support for next year. And so you'll have that opportunity during weeks 4 through 7. So there's lots of stuff that happens. So how do we embark on this journey and get the most out of this adventure in faith and this gentle art of blessing? And we know what the first how-to every Sunday at Unity Santa Fe is prayer and meditation. That's right. So we not only read this material, we not only hear about it and sing about it, but we actually have an opportunity to take the affirmation of the week into our prayer time, to focus on it, to let that affirmation guide us throughout the week, so that we are not only praying on our cushion, we are praying with our feet. We have an opportunity also during this time, a how-to, is to make a commitment to be part of the spiritual energy manifesting in each Sunday service during the next 7 weeks. You know, can you consider and make a real effort to be here every Sunday? You know, you don't go to hell if you're not here, but you really make one hell of a difference if you are here. We invite you again to wear the color of the week, to actively participate in the soul circle, and to allow miracles to manifest with effortless ease. The stories, there's so many stories in this book, and I'll be sharing some of them, that are so wonderful about the seeming miracles that happen when we bless a person or a situation. And, you know, we're not trying to change somebody, we're just blessing them. And so it's what I call effortless ease, grace, and joy. So I celebrate that as a result of today's message, we are ready for an adventure in faith as we experience blessing as a spiritual path. And let's begin doing that right now in the sacred time of shared prayer. And so I invite us to right now experience an adventure in prayer, which is an adventure in faith. And to do so by just becoming fully present to this moment, focusing on the breath, knowing that each breath we breathe is evidence of the one presence, the one power that is living us, breathing us, supporting, nourishing, and literally inspiring us. And so we just allow that breath to find its own rhythm and pace. And notice as we do that it deepens, it slows down. And we can sometimes feel our chest opening as each breath moves in us, through us, as us, without obstruction. And so I invite you in this centered place to experience blessing by bringing to mind someone or something that you truly appreciate and blessing them. Just feeling that love filling your heart, permeating every cell and atom of your body, your heart, your soul, your mind. Allowing that blessing energy to radiate beyond your body. Throughout this building, this city, this state, this nation, this planet, and all the universes. And into that blessing energy, I invite you to bring to mind someone or something that's challenging you. And offer them this blessing energy. And to continue offering and radiating this blessing to those you love, to those who challenge you, to those situations you appreciate and those situations that challenge you, and to all people everywhere throughout this world, to all sentient beings in this world, to all creation in this world and beyond this world, in the silence. And as we gently bring our attention back to this time and place, allow your heart to fill with gratitude. For this opportunity to journey together on an adventure in faith. Faith in the spiritual practice of blessing. And just silently say, thank you, thank you, thank you, divine wisdom that I am, for this willingness. And thank you in advance. Not even in advance, thank you right now. And let the transformation begin. And I give thanks that it is so, and so it is.